Welcome to Jacques Pierre Cuisine, and today I'm trying Lone Star Black Sherbet from HEB. It's a limited edition sherbet, which means it's not going to stay around forever, so try out while you have a chance. And I'm opening it up here, and I'm going to try it on its own. And one thing you notice here is that it's got three colors, because it's like that Neapolitan ice cream, where it's got red cherry and white lemon, and then you got some blue raspberry, although I've never seen a blue raspberry. But it's red, white, and blue, perfect for Memorial Day or the 4th of July. Hopefully, it stays in the stores for the July holiday. And first thing I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to try it by itself. And as you can see from me struggling here, I probably should have left it on the countertop to defrost just a little bit, melt it a little bit so that it would be easier to get out of there. But, of course, I needed a spoon here to get it off of that scoop. And I probably should have edited this out, but we're just going to wait for it here. We're going to have to try it on its own. How does it taste? Well, there's the red cherry. And the red cherry was pretty good. But of course, now I got to try the white part. That was also pretty good. And I mean, you got to try the blue. And it was pretty delicious. I liked it. All right, so the next thing that I tried was, of course, making some kind of a sherbet sundae. And I have all these supplies I got from HEB. I got original Coolwhip, or Coolwhip, you could say. And of course, I still have the sherbet. And I have blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, all frozen from the frozen section. Although you could try this with fresh produce, or rather fresh fruit if you wanted to. Probably be a little more interesting. I chose frozen fruit really because here in Texas anyway, it's just so hot during our summers that I'm looking for something refreshing. And it's really the cold aspect of the dessert that kind of makes it appealing. I think that in terms of presentation or taste, fresh fruit would probably be maybe a little bit better. You know, if you had company over and you were trying to impress them, maybe putting some fresh fruit on top. The Cool Whip here, I had to get the thingy around it, the plastic off, and it took me a couple seconds here. Also, Cool Whip at HEB or Cool Whip is in the frozen section. You have to, well, I guess you don't have to, but I put it in the fridge overnight to let it thaw out, and then the thing on it says it'll last for about 2 weeks in the fridge. And the whole idea of this Sherbet Sundae is I put that scoop of sherbet in there, then I put a little bit of the Cool Whip on top, and then I decided that the first thing I'm going to try is the blueberries, and I opened those up. Definitely not off screen because of any difficulty I experienced, I assure you. And I just put a little bit of those blueberries on top of the Cool Whip. And then once that's done, I'm going to put another scoop of the sherbet on top of it. And after that, I'm going to put a little bit more Cool Whip on and put a couple more blueberries on top and then make it into a sherbet sundae of some kind. I'm not sure if there's a fancy word for that. If there is, it's probably a French word. But I'm just going to call it a sherbet sundae because I don't have another word for it. Looks pretty good, but how does it taste? Delicious! Sorry, that was really loud. All right, so now it's time to try it with blackberries. Gonna try the same idea here, making a sherbet sundae. It's gonna be, of course, the sherbet, then some Cool Whip, then some blackberries. It's gonna be just like the one I tried before, but this time it's no blueberries, just blackberries. And now, the moment of truth. Trying the blackberries with the sherbet and the Coolwhip. And this was pretty delicious. Although the blackberries are pretty large and very frozen and very cold, but that's kind of the idea, I suppose. All right, and now it's time to try it with raspberries. So it's the same idea. It's going to be sherbet and a little bit of Coolwhip or Coolwhip. Then I'm going to grab some of them raspberries and put them on there. I wasn't exactly counting. I just kind of went like a circle and then put some in the middle. There wasn't really a method to the madness. It was just purely madness. And yeah, I dropped one there. I think finally, after all these sundaes, I finally got them to look pretty well. I mean, it looked really good in that sundae glass there. But the question is, does it taste good? And now the moment of truth. And it was absolutely delicious. I think this was my favorite variety of the 3 different fruits that I tried. All right, so now it's time to try a mixed sundae, which is going to have raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries all mixed together. And it's just going to take a little bit more time to get all these different fruits out of their frozen bags and get it on there. Well, it's sort of a circular pattern here, trying to make it look all fancy and everything. And time to move in and give it a try. It's tasty. And another thing I tried was extra creamy Coolwhip, which, oh, by the way, the Lone Star Blast also comes in the smaller size flavor. I did get one of those just in case I ran out before I tried all the different varieties I wanted. Now, the extra creamy Coolwhip, as you can see, I tried a little bit before I made this sundae. I did end up liking it quite a lot more than the regular, but I mean, the regular Coolwhip is still pretty good. They cost about the same, but the extra creamy Coolwhip has a little bit more calories in it. And I tried it here with the raspberries because I thought, for me personally, I like the raspberries the most out of all of them. I mean, the mixed fruit was kind of nice to have like the blueberries and the blackberries and everything all together. So here I have a spreadsheet, or a screen capture of a spreadsheet rather, and it shows that by my calculations, the different sundaes cost approximately $1 with 88 cents for each one of them, which is pretty affordable. So I definitely recommend HEB Lonestar Sherbet. I think the raspberry variety with the extra creamy Coolwhip was the best, but to each their own. So I guess that's all. See you next time.